Some of My Best Trends Are is a 1971 film. This is directed by Mervyn Nelson and it's written by Nelson and Barbara Rhodes with a cast including Tom Big, James Murdock, Paul Blake, Rue McClanahan, and various others. And I didn't really like this. I think there could be an audience for it if you're more interested in atmosphere and characters than you are narrative, but I didn't find the story itself to be that interesting. It takes place at a gay bar on Christmas Eve, and it's all about the characters who are there, and it does feel realistic. While I didn't enjoy this, there are plenty of things that I can praise. It does feel very realistic. It has a very believable atmosphere. It's very busy, which does make me feel a little uneasy. And that is kind of a praise of the film for doing it well, but it doesn't mean that I, as a viewer, particularly enjoyed that aspect, because it does make me feel like I want to break free and get out of that environment. So if, like me, you're not a fan of crowds, it will feel uneasy, but that's obviously the atmosphere for which they were aiming, and they did a really good job with it. There's some lovely Christmas decorations, so it does have a festive feel, but I don't think it would get you into the Christmas spirit. It's not festive enough, but there is some nice decor there. But for me, I just found it to be really boring. I wasn't necessarily expecting this really detailed, intricate narrative. Going into it, I knew it was going to be a snapshot of a gay bar on Christmas Eve and the characters we meet there. But even with that in mind, I don't think there's enough there to hold my attention. I don't think the characters themselves are really that interesting. And a couple of them I actually found to be a little bit irritating. Some of them really, really likeable, so I guess it balances out. But they're not interesting enough to save the film. All of the performances are good, the characters are believable, they're realistic, their interactions with each other were realistic, but realistic doesn't always translate to entertainment. So for me, there wasn't really anything there that I found to be fascinating enough. We have good camera work and lighting. As I said, the decor looks quite nice. Pretty good music, not too loud, which I really appreciate, but it's still just not that interesting. You might enjoy it more than I did. It's not necessarily badly done, and I do think, as I've mentioned, there are things that are worth praising, but I just never really found it to be interesting at all. Realistic, yes. Fascinating, not so much. Fine as background company because there's nothing about it that's annoying. There were a few characters, as I said, who were a little bit irritating, but nothing too severe. If you're curious, check it out. I didn't love it. You might like it more than I did, but I definitely wouldn't watch it again.